Hey, so this is video number 1. So I wanted this podcast to be about deep things, possibly uncomfortable conversations and thoughts and ideas that come to me, epiphanies even. And so my birthday was, where is that hair? My birthday was a couple weeks ago. And I have a process on my birthday where it's more like my New Year's, and I celebrate myself that way. Like it's my personal New Year's. I assess my life. I go through my list of goals. I check off things on my bucket list and add new things. I write myself a letter, and I just kind of break it all down. I'm very real with myself, how I'm feeling, where I'm at, where I see myself going this year, thinking about how I feel about the last year that's, happened. And then I read the letter that I wrote myself last year. And the interesting thing that happened this year was when I read the letter from last year, I had made myself a bunch of check boxes, all of these things that I had planned to accomplish last year. And a lot of it was checked off, which I was really excited about. But then there was also a lot of things that weren't checked off. I had went a different direction, or just legitimately didn't finish it, or was unable to start it, a couple of things. And it's interesting because the old me would have focused on all of the checks that were not checked, all of the things that I didn't do. And I probably would have chastised myself, and I would have been frustrated that I had made all these plans for myself and I didn't do everything that I had planned to do, for various different reasons, some of which were just flat out just no reason at all. I just didn't do it. And I thought about that. And first of all, I was proud of myself for just being excited about the boxes that were checked and not really tripping off the ones that weren't. But then it made me think about something that, why do we treat ourselves so horribly? Why are we like our worst enemy? Why would I talk to myself in a way that I would never talk to anyone else? Like if somebody talked to me the way that I used to talk to myself, just always being down on me, always trying to break me down, always focusing on all the things I do wrong, never celebrating the things I do right, laying awake, keeping me awake at night, talking shit to me, like about the things that I didn't do that I had planned to do. Look, I'm gonna cry. I would literally never talk to them again. Never. If somebody talked to me the way that I used to talk to myself, I would legitimately cut them off. They would be dead to me. I would never answer any more texts. I wouldn't follow them on social. I would block them everywhere, and I would just go on with my life. I would never let somebody talk to me that way or treat me the way that I used to treat myself. And just recognizing that I was not my friend, it was kind of deep. It was a deep moment. I cried. I thought about it. I was happy that I had released that part of myself. And I really thought about it for a while. And I was just like, and the interesting thing is I actually have designs in my Etsy store that are like, there's a bunch of them, and they're like, love yourself like you would love someone you love. Listen to yourself like you would listen to a talking dolphin. Trust yourself like you would trust the word of, God or someone that you truly admire and believe in. Believe in yourself like you would believe in your kid, running off to a soccer game. Like believe in yourself like you would believe in someone that you truly love and appreciate, right? But then here I was not doing all of that to myself. And I think I had to think about maybe those were notes to self, things that I was aspiring to do and work on. And I feel like I have finally gotten to that point, because now my self-talk is completely different. Like even my thoughts, I don't even allow those kinds of thoughts, like I'm so horrible, or, it's like we're so quick to say I'm sorry all the time, or oh, I'm stupid, don't listen to me, or, we're always dimming our light for other people. And, we'll make promises to ourselves constantly about the things we eat, the things we do, exercising, moving, changing, being happy, healthy, whatever, right? We make all these promises to ourselves and then we don't keep them. like, sometimes we do, but I would say when it comes to the list of promises that I made to other people compared to the promises that I've made myself, I would say a lot more of these boxes are checked off than these ones. It's like when we make a promise to ourselves, we're just kind of writing it in the sand. You know, when we make promises to other people, we're like chipping that shit in stone. And I feel like it needs to be the other way around. Sure, we should be standing behind our word when it comes to other people. Absolutely. Don't make a promise if you don't plan on keeping it. But when it comes to the promises that you make to yourself, that should be put above everything else. Because the relationship that you have with yourself should be the most beautiful, important relationship that you have, period. And I think I've spent a lot of years putting myself last. You know, I am a recovering people pleaser. So I spent a lot of time worrying about if other people were happy, if other people were, you know, getting what they needed, if I was doing what I could for my friends, if I was supporting them, if I was lifting them, if I was, you know, and constantly like giving my energy to other people and, you know, lifting up others and dimming my lights so somebody else could shine and, you know, saying, you know, making myself seem not so smart so somebody else could feel good about themselves. And I can't do that anymore. I feel like that's inauthentic. You know, I feel like you're legitimately hurting yourself. Like yourself is inside going, hey, I'm in here. Stop it. Hey, hello, you know, and I feel like that's where conflicts come from, you know, like illness and allergies and, you know, funky feelings and stuff like that. I feel like that's literally where some of it is coming from, is just literally the conflict between who our self actually is and who we are expressing ourselves to be, you know? And I mean, that's a whole nother topic when it comes to identities, but I'm just saying when it comes to the relationship that you have with yourself, that should be your number one relationship. I mean, you know, you talk about like being the type of woman who makes other men jealous of her man versus making her man jealous of other men, right? Like you're working on that relationship and you want your man to feel like he is the most important man in your life. If you're a woman dating a man, that is, right? I mean, for all of the other genders out there, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I ain't got to go out like that. But when it comes to the relationship you have to yourself, it should be even better than that. Like the relationship that you have with yourself should be, I should be like my bestie. I should have my back. I should support me. I should hold space for me, listen to me, feel me, understand me, work to understand myself, work to listen, heal myself, trust myself, believe in myself. I mean, when I get these little nudges and ideas and various different things, I should listen, you know? I mean, I just feel like working on the relationship that I have with myself has really started to change everything in my life. Everything in my life. I can literally see it. And that, I think I was rejoicing. Like when I was crying and I was just kind of really taking in like that big, huge difference, like just recognizing that in myself. I was so excited. I was so happy that I no longer am focusing on the things I do wrong, you know, the things that I don't get, the things that I trip over, the times that I fall, the times that I, you know, fail. Instead, I'm focusing on getting back up, the times that I win, the things I do right, you know, and that's pretty dope. I'm like, kind of happy about that. And I just wanted to talk about that. And I think it's really important for people to grasp that concept. You You are the most important person in your life. You are, you. Because if you are not happy, if your cup is not full, if your energy is not vibrating on a frequency that resonates with everything in your body, if you are not happy, like literally no one else around you is going to be either. Because you are setting the tone for your space, you know? So I think that's okay. And I think we're coming from a generation where people were like, oh, she's so full of herself. Yeah, I am, because I can't be full of anybody else. 100% of this space is full of me. I am absolutely full of myself. And I think that's okay, you know? And being selfish. I think selfish needs a new definition. And I actually made a sweatshirt. I'm not wearing it. This is mine, but I'm not wearing that one right now. But selfish needs to be recognized as just taking care of yourself. I don't think that's a bad thing. It's necessary, you know? So I would really like to hear what you think about this topic of being your own best friend and working on building that deep, trusting, truthful, understanding, loving relationship with yourself. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my page. You can see it's new, so you can follow along. And I'm going to be posting a topic every week. I also have a list of people I'm going to be interviewing soon. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. And right now, this is pretty rudimentary. I'm just chilling in the park on a rock, like literally chilling, recording this. But eventually, you know, I'll have a background and some fancy stuff. We'll see how it goes. But thank you so much for watching this video. And again, please let me know what you thought about this topic. And let me know if there are other topics that you want to hear about. I have a list, but I would love to talk about what you want to hear. And thank you. I'll be seeing you.